For this video, I want to talk about something a little different, so I figured why not film it a little different. So let's go for a walk. Alright, now we're outside. We're just wandering around a local scrub area next to my house. I have no idea how this camera is doing with noise when it comes to the wind blowing and whatnot. It is hot as out and bright as shit out. The sunglasses are going on. But in this video, I wanted to take a break from talking about pre-trip preparations to talk about, well, I guess the pre-trip preparation. It's more talking about the process of trying to plan a trip like this and what that means and the mentality that goes into it and the emotional ramifications that come with it. This trip is something that I really wanted to do for a long period of, that's a spider. Nope. There's a spider web blocking that whole walkway. I'm not going that way. I wanted to take this trip for a very long time, as I've already mentioned in previous videos, but it's always been something that's had an underlying effect on my thought process and I guess just my psyche in general. Just not doing it gave me these feelings of insecurity and anxiety and really stagnancy. It made me upset that I still live in Florida, that I never moved away and did something else. I was upset that I was still working a 9-to-5 in a career that I didn't really care about. I was good at it, but I never really felt the need to invest in making myself better and becoming great. It was always just something to do, to kill the time, to make money, to pursue my other interests, like traveling, for instance. So not taking this trip and not planning it and avoiding it and running away from it had some definite effects. It gave me anxiety because I felt like I wasn't doing anything with my life. And that's not to say that travel is what makes you have purpose in life. It's just, for me, travel is, I believe, the purpose in my life. I don't think I was meant to stay in a single spot for, a long period of time. So flashback to about a year ago when the thought process changed for me. It went from being, if I take this trip, if I pursue this dream, to when I will do it. And it's really crazy how just reframing that thought and that question in your head, what it will do for you. For me, it changed all of those anxious feelings, all of the feelings of stagnancy, because as soon as I decided to do the trip, to take the leap, to go for it, then it made everything else go away. All the negative emotions that I was feeling go away. It changed the lens that I viewed everything through. I started being more appreciative of all of the interactions that I had with people, because I knew that if I was leaving, that I might not see them again, or I might not see them for a while at least. But it certainly made me more appreciative of family, of friends, and of experiences that I would be doing without for an indefinite period of time. As soon as I committed to taking the trip over a year ago, it's been on my mind every single day. It's one of the first things that I think about when I wake up, and it's one of the main reasons why I don't really get sleep. That's the main reason why I posted my checklist. That's the main reason why I posted my checklist on my website. It was half to keep me honest, so people who were visiting my website could see me making progress in real time, as well as it could be a resource for people who are in a similar situation as me, so they could go and find it and have a one-size-fits-all list for the things that they need to do and the things they need to consider if they're wanting to take a long-term trip like I am. Good, I have the horn sticking out. That's nice. That's the one bad thing about having a front-facing screen, is you can tell when you look doofy. I've never solo traveled alone, especially for this period of time. So the first time being this extravagant, crazy trip around the world, isn't as, oh, I see a gopher tortoise. There he is. I found him. Hey dude, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just surprised I found you, honestly. Go ahead, dude. Yeah, get out of here, man. I've come here a bunch and I've looked for these gopher tortoises for so long. This is the first time I've ever seen one. So yeah, the fact that one was just sitting there while I'm recording a video is kind of awesome. That made my day, I think. Is it weird that a tortoise makes my day? I hope not, because I'm not apologizing for it. Once I planned this trip and decided mentally on doing it, most of the big existential worries that I had, they kind of went away. Well, not really went away, I guess, just stopped meaning as much, because being stagnant didn't really matter anymore, because I was in the process of becoming not stagnant. I mean, I was planning on a trip that was going to take me to a whole bunch of different countries, so of course that's the least thing from stagnant. You know, the fact that I was worried about still being in Florida didn't matter, because this is the most extreme version of leaving Florida. Yeah, it wasn't me just moving to a different state in the US to get a new job. This is, nope, I'm out, I'm leaving the United States, I'm done, I'll be back when I'm back. That doesn't mean that I was without worry though. In fact, I've been more worried and anxious than ever before over this past year, because there's a lot of things you have to think about when you're planning a trip like this, and most of them aren't positive. You know, you have to think about eventualities like, what if I lose my passport? What if my bag gets lost and all of my stuff is gone? What do I do with my car? What do I do about my car insurance? All this stuff, just things that you normally wouldn't really think about on a day-to-day basis. How would my cell phone work? Anything like that. And especially when it comes down to packing, and you have to think about how to cram everything you own or everything you want to bring into a tiny ass little backpack. It's a weird headspace to put yourself in, that's for sure. But I have to say that when I mentally decided to do it, I felt much calmer. Okay, let's sit here for a second. And it's not in shade. That's great. Of course, that's what happens when you come here at the end of the day. All the shade from sitting under a roof is over there. I'm gonna take the glasses off. This is real serious stuff to, nope, never mind. I'm not gonna do that, it's too bright. When I started planning this trip and I made the mental decision to go for it, it felt like I had found my purpose, like what I was truly supposed to be doing. I know that sounds a little cliche or, you know, hippie, but it was really true. I felt very calm. A lot of the things that I was worried about before didn't bother me anymore. So I guess the point of this video, besides me venting and it being a cathartic experience for me, is to ask you, what's your purpose? Do you know what it is? It's obviously not an easy question to answer like this. It certainly wasn't for me. It took me a very long time to even think about it, and even longer to act upon it. But I think you'll know it when you find it. I certainly did. But do you have any thoughts on this? Do you have a similar experience? If you comment below, I'd love to hear about it. And yeah, I guess that's all I have. So I will see you in the next video. I swear I'm not always this weird. Yes, I am. Never mind.